Hello then, welcome back. I hope that your week so far has been blessed and a new year, new challenge. I had an old friend that used to say, another day, another dollar. So be it. I hope that you're all well and warm and dry in most places, as we are blessed with wonderful rainfall. So today's going to be a bit controversial. I'm going to deviate from the normal myself, and I'm going to talk to you about something that is going to offend a lot of people. And if it offends you, well, thank you for coming. And if it doesn't, I would like you to share this message forward. Apart from liking it and subscribing, it is very important. I've explained it before about the algorithm. But today's message is going to be special. Because as from today, the gloves are going to come off. And some of you will like it and some of you won't. Now there's two types of people in general. The one is a common person and the other one is an uncommon person. Now I mean that in the most politest way, not saying that you're a tappet or anything, or you're all from the East Rand. No, that's not what I'm implying, or anything about people in the East Rand. Just try and laugh a bit, okay? No, serious stuff. Don't get kidney stones about it. But anyway, so a common person is happy as can be. Nothing moves him. You find them all over the show. They sit in the pews in the churches and, yeah, Domini, they just believe what he's told them. They don't make an effort and pick up the book and do self-study or do other forms of research. They just accept. Go with the flow, like water. No? What is the easiest route? Those type of people. So, this message is not for you. So, sorry, I've got the Hells Angels on their way out there because everywhere they go, they cause havoc. But anyway, my dogs. But today I'm talking about the uncommon people. The uncommon person. A person that stands up and becomes vocal and stands for what he believes. Special people. The Daniels in the life. Like all the troops, those common troops, were sitting in the tent and shivering because of Goliath. And this little shepherd boy, no name brand, came. The uncommon person. And what did he do? He slew the giant. I'm speaking to those people, the Daniels. Those got the Masendes, the Mulungus to stand up, to say, enough is enough. We had enough. This is where we proverbially draw the sand in the line. I'm speaking to those people. Now, if you're not that kind of person, then I suggest you put off, you unsubscribe and go away. Because you're going to be offended. Right. So where does this journey start? Let me get right to the beginning. Now, it could have been back in 2011, around there. I was invited by a friend of mine, a colored dude, a prominent businessman, and he nagged me. He said, "Hey, listen. We are from the same denomination. There was a series of lectures that was presented in church in the West Rand. Come with me." I said, okay. He convinced me and off we go. Like the horses in the Durban July. Pitch there, here I am. The only Malungu, the only white person in the whole congregation. First I thought, was it something, well, then I remember, I'm the odd one out. But needless to say, I was welcomed with open arms. I was welcomed better than I would have been welcomed in most other churches, to be honest with you. But beside that, there was this little skinny oak. First I thought, because I'm fairly big bodied and my friend as well, I think we both thought at one stage that, listen, maybe we should capture this oak quickly and just take him and get him something to eat, because this oak, you don't need x-rays on this oak. You just put him in the sun and you can see what's wrong. But anyway, it's not the statue of the man, it's what comes out of his mouth. And he started preaching to us. And if you get offended about Bible stuff, bye. But if you're a David, if you're stay, listen to this. And he was preaching in the book of Daniel. And the specific part he was preaching at was Daniel 11, verses 40 to 45. Now I'm going to read it quickly to you, just so that you can get the same basis where I'm coming from. Now, the book of Daniel is the key to the book of Revelation. They go hand in hand. Now the first thing you must do is put on your Bible spectacles and place yourself in the shoes of Daniel in that time. Remember, the Israelites came out of Egypt, and now they were captured by the Babylonians and under the rule of King Nebuchadnezzar, and this after the incident with the three went into the fire. So I think we're all there. Book of Daniel. So I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to fill in spot for you. First I'm going to read it to you in full, and then I'm going to take you a few highlights, and then I want to talk to you about it. But I don't want to waste too much of your time, because time is money, and I understand it. Precious stuff, buddy, precious stuff. Okay, so here it goes, from verse 40. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage him in battle. Who's him? And the king of the north will storm out against him with chariots and cavalry and great fleet of ships. He will invade many countries and sweep through them like a flood. He will also invade the beautiful land. Many countries will fall, but Edom, Moab, and the leaders of Ammon will be delivered from his hand. He will extend his power over many countries. Egypt will not escape. He will gain control over the treasures of gold and silver and the riches of Egypt, with the Libyans and Cushites and in submission. But reports from the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set out a great rage to destroy and annihilate many. He will pitch his royal tents between the seas at the beautiful holy mountain. Yet he will come to his end, and no one will help him. So, this is a reflection to the Antichrist, that he will be exposed for who and what he is, and all these little agents, and there is many agents. They will be exposed for who and what they are. But at the end of the time, no one will be there to help them, which is great news. From verse 40, you will see that the king of the south and the king of the north is entangled in a battle. Now, short story, or long story short, let me put it to you like that. The king of the north is your NATO bloc, and the king of the south is your Warsaw Pact, or now more moving to your BRICS type of country. Are they heading for a clash? What's happening in the Gaza and Israel, and everyone is up in arms, and Yemen and the rest? Got this big fight coming down. Everywhere Christians are getting slaughtered. They can't even stay safe anymore in their own houses, because you've got this Islamic radicals. Just look at Armenia. Just look at the people in Europe living in fear in their own country. And we've got these immigrants doing and looting and stealing and raping and killing the way they want. And everybody must just shut up, because before they get offended, because you're going to get offended, I promise you. You're going to get much more than just offended. I can give you that. You can take that to the bank. So, Right, so there we've got, basically, in short, because if you go to chapter 12 of the book of Daniel, you will see, you will read in the first verse that the mighty force, no, the Archangel Michael is going to stand up. That is the second coming. That's the Advent, what we're waiting for. No? So this is the end time. This is it. So, but what I want to focus on is a promise. And a promise by God is one you can take to the bank. And this is in verse 41, where it is said that he will also invade the beautiful land. So he's going to invade the beautiful land of Israel. Because in the time of Daniel, Israel was the beautiful land for them. He didn't know about the rest. The Americas were not explored up in Europe, done further south in Africa, or even going to the east. It was only in the time of King Alexander that places like India and the rest of the eastern part of the world were discovered. So they were limited to basically the surroundings of the Mediterranean Sea, around Egypt, Alexandria, where Israel is now, Jordania, around that area. This was the world back then. They didn't know about the rest. So put yourself into his shoes to understand this. And but the big thing is, what he said here is, you will also invade a beautiful land. Many countries will fall. And they are busy falling. And they are falling to you. Now this is the work of Satan. Now just think of all those countries, including our own country, that is signed away their powers to the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, all of these little funny cretins and stuff going on. And place yourself in that. We've been signed away. We've been sold out. No? Is your blood boiling by now? No, don't. No, I haven't even started yet, my friend. But here's the good news. But Edom, Moab, and the leaders of Ammon will be delivered from his hand. That's great news. Now, who is these people? And it comes back to ancient scriptures. Edom, or Eden. Now, way many years ago, what was Africa referred to? What was the name of Africa? Now, you can Google this. It was called Alkebuan. That was the name of Africa. Alkebuan. Alkebuan. I hope I pronounce it right. So, and what it means is the mother of mankind. Or in simple terms, Garden of Eden. Or Edom. So, Africa was the Garden of Eden. You don't have to look far to look at this pristine beauty of Africa, the landscape, the uniqueness of Africa, and how Africa was blessed with so many minerals and fauna and flora. It is just unbelievable. So I believe that Africa, and more specific, South Africa, will come free. We will free ourselves from the grip of these satanic people. Think about it. This is to be the new Noah's Ark. This is going to be the safe haven for many multitudes of people that is going to flock to this country in safety, because they know this country will be solid. And I can see that. I can see the change. I can smell the change. I can see the change in the air. And the way to change this is, yes, is to take the power away from the politicians. Take it away from them. It is not a democracy. It's a demonocracy. With exclamation on demonocracy. Because what this so-called democracy creates is loopholes for cretins like this, for corruption. This is what it creates. And look where we are now. Look at the situation where we are finding ourselves in today. Are you happy with your situation? Are you compliant? Are you just another common person? Or is it time for you to become an uncommon person? Maybe the time has come to stand up in what you believe is right. Why must we take the satanic assaults? Why must we take it and endure this much further? Why must we allow our school children to be exposed to this LGBTQ cult and all this nonsense going on in this country? And if you say something, people get offended. Shame. If you don't like it, get on a plane and go. Go to America. They like that kind of stuff. They like to teach the little toddlers about being gay and skew and being a toaster and don't know whether what you are. Go there. Not here. This country is God's people's country. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or colored or Indian or pink or grey or stink or smell or fat or small or ugly or poor, whatever the case may be. If you're a child of God, if you're a Christian, this is your country. Because all over the rest of the world, our Christianity or our people as Christians are under attack. And the world says nothing. Look at Armenia. No problem, 120,000 Christians there in this little isolated spot surrounded by Islamists that closes the roads, cut the fuel, cut the electricity, cut the food, cut the medic. Just what Israel, the Jew boys, did to them in Gaza, and they want to bitch and moan and cry and develop hernias and flipping kidney stones because their people get bombed. But it's okay in Armenia if the Christians there die and suffer. It's okay if you take people and behead them. It's fine. It's okay if you invade their country, attack their churches. It's okay. Please don't offend anyone. Well, South Africa is a land of people being offended, people like you. I'm offended. Big time. Let's get this straight. Why must I pay for a little Islamic halal sign on my food? Huh? Quran. It states there that the unbelievers must pay tax. So I must pay tax for your religion. You better start thinking twice. Why must the people in this country get involved with your nonsense in the Gaza and the rest? But it's fine to kill 120,000 or starve people. It's fine. But when it happens to you, you jump up and down and you want to burn down stuff and burn down towns. Nice. You come and flock into this country. You take over businesses. You take over everything. But you're offended. We haven't even started being offended. This is a Christian country. This is the last Christian country that's going to stand. And the choice is going to be yours. Either you comply or you fly. Simple. So I'm speaking to you, the uncommon man. I don't care what is your race. I don't care what is your gender. It is time to rise. It is time to get rid of these corrupt politicians. It is time for change. It is time to come back to our ethnical values, our traditions, It is time to come back to God. This parliament has long time ago let the contact with God go. A bunch of satanic idiots sitting around green chairs. This is what they are. They're just there to steal, corrupt, pathetic. This is what you are. And the worst pathetic people out there, it is the people that protect them. Our justice system don't have the guts to stand up against them, to prosecute them. You pathetic. But you want us to come into your court and raise your right hand, promise, you swear to tell the truth, so help me God. What have you got to God? You just go look in the mirror, man. You're supposed to uphold the law, but you let them go. Look at the Zondo Commission. Where's all the suspects still walking around? You want to call yourself a justice system? We must believe in you. You must rule over us. You are more corrupt than everyone else. You don't have the guts to put those criminals that is causing all the trouble in this country behind bars because you're scared you're going to offend someone. Your day is going to come, my friend, and it's going to come hard. It is time to go and look in the mirror and find yourself and say, hey, we need to return back to the basics. Today, when we said, or we agreed to become judges and state prosecutors, what we're here for. You're not here for political ideology. You're there for law and order. You're there to be fair. But no, you've made a decision and you're going to pay for it. And that includes all those generals and all the seniors in the South African Police Service. You have made a decision not to follow the oath that you were sworn in, but you made your little career a political one. But yet, they send the little CAT unit, Crimes Against the State, to come and monitor our phone calls and this and that, because we are a threat. They're using the resources, the tax resources in this country that is there to combat crime, to spy on people that does not agree with the government. Your money, our tax money. There's going to be a day, and I don't know who you pray to, but whoever you pray to, start praying and pray hard, because a day if this thing swings around, my good golly, Miss Molly, I promise you, we're going to take you by the short and curlies, and you're going to pay for what you have done. Every one of you, every corrupt official, you are going to pay for it. And I promise you, you better pray and hope for that day that I don't have a position where I can make decisions on you, because what I will do is I will strip you from your pension. I will strip you from everything you have. You will walk out naked. If you're lucky, you'll have the underpants on you have. That is what you'll have, because I'll take everything from you because you don't deserve it and give it back to the people of this country. You're pathetic, to say the least. But for those uncommon people, it's time to rise. You see this email. If you want to be part of this, if you had enough, it's time to rise. Get off your little groups. Let's stand together. Let's become one. If you don't want to stand together, then just don't stop bitching and moaning and sound like a bunch of flippin' woke Karens. If you want to talk the talk, then if you want to talk the talk, make sure you can walk the walk. And it's not time to put on your boots. Either dress up, or ship out. Simple as that. If you've got the balls, stand up, man. Stand up. Time is time. We can't let this go on further. But before I explode and do some stupid shit, please share this video, like it, subscribe, bell icon, you know it, and please